Hi, this is Cole Webb, and this is the first video for the YouTube reflection for the leadership course. So I'll get right to it. So far throughout this course, there have been many different things that I have found significant, but there are three things that I think have stuck out the most to me. The first being the individual versus group goals. The second being looking at the 7 C's of leadership. And then the fourth being those 4 waves of leadership that were discussed in the module. For me personally, I think looking at the group goals and comparing them to your individual goals not only helps you get what you want as an individual, but can help everyone get what they want as the group. Because if you're in a group setting and your individual goals are out in left field compared to the groups, you may be hurting the group more than you are assisting the group, and then that makes everyone just not achieve their goals. For the 7 C's, well, it really stuck with me. Like, I'd heard of this concept as an individual, but again, never as a group. So that's what really stuck with me, was looking at those ideas as a group and then seeing how we could like incorporate that into the leadership style for group leadership. Because everyone has this idea of what leadership is, but it's different for me being for myself and then for a group. Lastly, those 4 waves that I was talking about, the leadership centered, the relational, the pluralistic leadership, and leadership as a practice. I just found all 4 of those very interesting. It's something I had never really heard of or never really thought about, or maybe I had thought about it but just didn't know what it was. And looking at those and getting to learn about them and then hopefully learning more about them throughout the course would be something that I am looking forward to and am interested in. With the things that have been significant to me, there are some things that I have found like challenging to like wrap my head around, but also challenging my previous views and beliefs of what leadership was. One of the biggest, I think, was that consciousness of self. Again, never really thought about this and how it creates an effective leader, but after reading it in the module, it makes perfect sense why you have like a consciousness of self and how that can help you be a better leader. But one thing that like I guess kind of challenged me about it was the idea of like leaders, I think sometimes come across as like hard-headed because they know what they want and they're going to do what they can to get it. But then this consciousness of self idea is kind of like take a step back, do it for the bigger goals. And I'm definitely interested into looking into that more and possibly getting a better understanding of it. For the New York Times article, I think the question that was posed is kind of like a hard one to say it is definitely this way or it is definitely that way. I think it kind of ebbs and flows as time goes on. But with that being said, I do think like my generation is one who looks at the outside world and sees a problem over here and then takes a path to fix it, rather than I'm going to do this and hope that I can get somewhere with it. I think a good example of that is just the change between your white-collar jobs and your blue-collar jobs. Like, we'll be having people who push the white-collar jobs for a long time, and then we need more tradespeople. So then blue-collar jobs and trade schools are pushed for a long time. And then again, we need more of those white-collar, like doctors and IT type jobs. So it just kind of goes back and forth. I think, like for me personally, one problem that I want to fix and what I'm going to school for is just try to make like everything and everyone be more sustainable. With my environmental conservation major, like a big focus is just how we can be sustainable, because I want people to experience the outdoors in a way that I've experienced them. And I think one of the big things we need to figure out is just how to be better with the environment and like work with the environment and not see us as like separated, because we are one in each other. For the 4 words, I think overall for like asking the friends, overall, everyone was really positive, said very positive things, such as like a go-getter, tendencies to like help others, and like passionate about getting things done. But with that, like being passionate, some of my family and friends said that like that passion sometimes makes me like hyper focused on what needs to get done, and if it doesn't get done a certain way, then I am like, what the heck's going on? Like, we need to stick to this plan. So again, I don't know if that's for me personally a negative thing or a positive thing, just something maybe to look at in the future. And lastly, I think some of the top qualities we can have as an individual would be like teaching others, teaching them how to live their life better, being honest, spending quality time, quality engagement, personal growth, and just like enjoying what you're doing. Because if you don't enjoy what you're doing, it's not going to be fun. Like they say, enjoy what you're doing, you'll never work a day in your life. I feel like these influence me all the time because I try to teach others and help others like with their personal growth, because that's been a big thing in my life here recently. One thing that I guess necessarily for me doesn't align with those values is like I'm not super outgoing, so it's kind of hard to teach and help other people's views and like personal growth if I don't approach them. Like once I get to know you, I'll open up and talk to you, but I'm not going to be the one who like starts that conversation. And that is it for me. Thank you.